All right, guys. So a pretty wild race last night at the Lake Ozark Speedway for what was race number 25 of the 2024 campaign for the drivers with Kubota High Limit Racing at the Lake Ozark Speedway. It was pretty good. A lot of drama, a lot of craziness, some things we've never seen before. That being the winner coming from the 15th position on the starting grid after not getting a qualifying lap in, and that is exactly what happened with Corey Day. Got his third midweek money series win of the year. I've honestly lost track as to how many wins that is total for him on the year. It's just been one of those seasons for one of these drivers that Corey Day's putting together right now that we might not see again for quite a while, especially from a driver of his age. His total experience behind the wheel, what he's doing right now is it's pretty amazing what we're witnessing right now with Corey Day. So 15th to the win after not getting a qualifying lap in. Absolutely unbelievable. So let's go through the lap by lap here and get you up to speed on what happened. If you don't have flow, if you weren't able to watch and you haven't watched the highlights, maybe this is something that could maybe get you through a little bit and get you up to speed as to what happened last night. So on the first lap, taking the green flag, it was Cole Macedo and Brad Sweet from the front row. And Cole Macedo obviously having a very, very good season, probably the best of his career thus far. Couple of NARC wins out there. He's the points leader, just came off a third place result at the Dirt Cup that paid over $20,000 for third, and puts himself in position to maybe win the biggest race of his career. He was pretty solid in this race. So lap one, it's Macedo and Sweet on the front row. On the first lap, going into turn number one on the first lap, Gio Scelzi goes three wide through the middle of Justin Peck and Brad Sweet, and quickly moves into the second spot. And it looked like maybe Gio had something for these guys as far as maybe taking down a win here tonight. But Cole Macedo leads lap number one. Lap number two, Justin Peck gets back around the outside of Gio Scelzi. They're side by side, battling pretty hard for second for a few laps. Couple of sliders here and there, but Peck does come out on top in that battle. On lap four, Corey Day is already up to the ninth position. So 4 laps in, and Corey Day passes 6 cars. On lap 5, we have our first yellow of the night. It is Jack Wagner. He hit the wall right as the leader was coming up to lap him and hit the wall in turn 3, draws the caution, comes to a stop. On the restart, Brad Sweet gets back around Gio Scelzi for the third spot, and Peck and Cole Macedo are side by side, nearly get together coming off of turn 2 on the restart. Peck tried to throw a slider. It was not clear, and Macedo drove back around him on the outside to maintain the race lead. On lap 7, Corey Day is up to 5th now, so 7 laps in, he's passed 10 cars, and then on lap 8, he's up to 4th. So 11 cars passed in 8 laps for Corey Day. And on lap 11, traffic comes into play for the first time for Cole Macedo, and he does a good job in traffic. He is making quick moves. He's getting by cars. He's not sitting behind them waiting for them to make a mistake. He is attacking them exactly what you want to do when you're out front of one of these races with such a caliber of competition that there is. You really have no time to mess around, and Cole Macedo knew that. Then on lap number 13, Peck is able to take the lead away when Macedo kind of gets held up in some traffic. But as that happened, the yellow comes out for Brent Marks. He has a flat right rear tire. Now, when that happens, I believe that was the first yellow for Marks, right? The second one was later on, but this was the one where, unfortunately, if you did not see or if you did not hear, that the car was getting pushed back into the work area, and his crew guy, Dennis Christ, Fudd, he got ran over by the car and had an issue with his leg there and had to get taken off, I believe, and the ambulance took him off. So hopefully Dennis is all right, and we hope to see him back at the racetrack soon. But that drew an open red. So on lap 13, there is an open red due to safety concerns and not safety concerns, more like an emergency situation, I should say. And so red flag comes out, open red, whatever. And then on the restart, Corey Day takes the race lead away as Justin Peck tries to make that same maneuver that he did earlier on in the race. He tried to, get up in front of Cole Macedo, but cannot slide up through the middle of the racetrack quick enough. And Cole's able to drive around him on the outside. But as he does that, they almost kind of tangle together a little bit. They both are really, really slow coming off the corner. Corey Day had restarted 4th on the outside, got by Brad Sweet, had a big head of steam, came off a 2, and shot to the inside, 3 wide off a 2 on the inside to take the race lead away. So 13 laps in, Corey Day goes from 15th to the lead, and he would never look back, never be challenged, and it was really not up for debate who was going to win this race. Lap 17, there was an absolute frenzy going on between 5th through 9th position. Brad Sweet, Kyle Larson, Gio Scelzi, and Carson Macedo. These guys are just throwing Hail Marys at each other almost every single corner. At this time, this is when Brad Sweet kind of has something went wrong. I didn't see when it happened, but there's a nose wing issue for Brad Sweet. The nose wing is kind of tweaked at a pretty severe angle right there, but it does not appear to make the handling go away on this car. He was still able to finish in 5th and stay inside the top 5 for a majority of this race. But this race between those 4 drivers, and then even kind of throw James McFadden into the mix as well, it was crazy stuff going on back there. Guys hopping the cushion, throwing sliders, short sliders. It was definitely what exactly I wrote there, a frenzy for that position. Lap 19, Corey Day gets into traffic, but a lap later, the yellow comes out, takes him out of traffic as Chris Windham slows to a stop in turn number 3, and he goes to the work area, does come back out, I believe, after that. Lap 21, the nose wing damage is pretty severe at this point for Brad Sweet. It went from being kind of cockeyed on the front of the car to flip backwards now, and missing one of the wing panels on that nose wing, and the wing panel, or the whole wing, is kind of flopped backwards on the top of the race car there. But Brad Sweet still doing what he does and is able to hang on to that position. Lap 24, the yellow comes back out again. This time it is for Hunter Schurenberg as he's looking the wrong direction in turn 1. Lap 25, the restart comes, and Spencer Baston moves into the 3rd spot. So Baston kind of quietly in this one was able to avoid the mess from about 4th and 5th on back between Macedo, Sweet, Larson, McFadden, and a couple other guys. Gio was in there as well. He was able to avoid all that and kind of, he started 5th, so he's already up at the front of the field. And so Baston able to kind of maintain that 3rd and 4th position throughout the whole race and not be caught up in any of these great battles going on behind him, which definitely paid off as he's able to end up on the podium in this one. And then on lap 26, the yellow comes out again for Brent Marks, another flat right rear tire. Goes to the work area again, but does not come back out. He does not finish the race. Lap 27, Kyle Larson and James McFadden once again going at it. One point in time, McFadden tries to throw a slider, and Larson sees it coming and goes like over the cushion off of 4. Nearly, I think he actually does hit the wall and somehow is able to cross back around the outside of him and make the pass. Brad Sweet was there as well. But the battle between James McFadden, Kyle Larson, and Brad Sweet was nothing short of spectacular the entire race. Lap 28, Brad Sweet does get by Cole Macedo for the 4th spot, but on that same lap, Macedo able to cross back underneath him and take the spot right back away. Lap 30, Corey Day gets into traffic, but as he gets to the back of the field, Cole Macedo then blows a right rear tire in turn number 1, gets into the wall, and his night would come to an end after leading the first 12 laps of this race and looking for yet another top 5 finish with a National Touring Series this year. Was not meant to be tonight for Cole Macedo. Lap 31, Carson Macedo gets by 2 cars, gets by Kyle Larson and Brad Sweet to move into the 4th position. And then I think a lap later, the yellow came out for Zeb Wise as he was kind of battling. He was inside the top 10, battling with a couple of different cars and spun out and brought out the yellow late in the race. Go back to green. Nothing really much happens after that. Corey Day gets the win. He comes across the line with a 2.57 second advantage over Justin Peck at the finish line. So the lap leaders were Cole Macedo 1 through 12. Justin Peck led lap 13, and Corey Day 14 through 35. He is now the driver that's come from the farthest back to win a high-limit racing event in 2024. The previous best was a 9th place starting position to win. So Corey Day blew that one out of the water. It's actually not the farthest back, however, for a 410 win this year. Anthony Macri came from 17th to win at Williams Grove earlier this year, but Corey Day very, very close. 15th to the win. And like I said earlier, once he got to the lead, there was just no denying that he was going to win this thing unless he made some kind of mistake. Justin Peck and Spencer Baston, very, very good runs for them. Peck leading laps, comes up 1 spot short once again. It looked like, that was kind of one of the main storylines was, can Justin Peck finally get the monkey off his back and get a win? Unfortunately, that was not, it was not a yes today, but he does run 2nd. He was probably pretty happy with that. They've kind of been up and down all year long, but Justin Peck, great to see him on the podium, along with Spencer Baston. It's been a little while since we've seen him on the podium. Carson Macedo, 11th to 4th, solid run for him after some struggles here recently with the Outlaws. Brad Sweet goes backwards, 2nd to 5th for him. With the nose wing damage, though, you got to appreciate the run that he was able to put together. Kyle Larson, 10th to 6th. James McFadden, 16th to 7th. Parker Price Miller continues to do great things in that car, 22nd to 8th. That is the 2nd race in a row with high limit that he's come from the B main to finish inside the top 10. Avoided all the chaos, all the calamity, was able to get a respectable finish. Gio Scelzi, 4th to 9th, and Tanner Thorson, another top 10 run for him as well. 20th to 10th, kept his nose clean, and that was a big factor here tonight was just not getting caught up in any other incidents, having a flat right rear tire, which a lot of guys did. He finished a respectable 10th place finish. Tyler Courtney, under the yellow, I can't remember what yellow it was, maybe the yellow for Chris Windham. He actually went to the work area with a flat left rear tire or something wrong with the left rear, came into the work area, came back out, and was able to salvage an 11th place run. Brian Brown was 12th. Corey Eliason, who was the Durst Dice Roll driver, finished in 13th. Cap Henry took a provisional. He finished up in 14th. Rico Abreu, 15th in this race, was not a factor at all. Doesn't matter if it was qualifying, the heat race, and the feature. Rico Abreu did not have the speed here tonight like we thought he would have. He was fantastic at Eagle a few weeks ago. He was pretty solid with the Outlaws at Knoxville for one of those nights, but did not have everything put together at Lake Ozark here on this race. 13th to 15th, never cracked the top 10 and was not really a factor throughout the evening. 16th was Chase Randall. 17th was Ayrton Jeniton. 18th was Casey Kane. 19th, another good storyline in this one, was Jack Wagner. He finished 4th in his heat race, gave a fantastic interview to Tony Laporta down there after that heat race run. 20th was Zeb Wise. 21st, unfortunately, after starting on the pole, was Cole Macedo, but those guys continue to have speed. 22nd was Brent Marks. Once again, we hope that Fudd is okay. And Marks is going to take a pretty severe hit in the point standings after this run. He started 6th, finished 22nd. 23rd was Hunter Schurenberg. 24th was Chris Windham. And 25th was Kerry Madsen. So that is the full field results in that one. The lap leaders, the lap by lap, all the stuff you need to know. The red writing was for where they started at in the race. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this race recap of the Lake Ozark Speedway event. Corey Day is starting to become not a human. In the last 1.5 weeks, he has won an outlaw race with 60 cars at Knoxville. He won $76,000 at the Skagit Speedway, and he wins a midweek money series event with Kubota High Limit Racing. So Corey Day, we'll see how much longer this run will last for. We'll see if he can continue on with this speed at Lucas Oil Speedway this weekend. So great job by Corey Day, great job by Shane Bowers, and everybody involved with that team. They are right now one of the most exciting pairs of car driver and team to be watching right now in sprint car racing, and we'll see if they can continue it up here in the coming weeks. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll talk to you again here soon on the channel. Tomorrow we head to Lucas Oil Speedway, so we probably won't talk to you again until Sunday, maybe. That's when I fly home to California, but I will get a whiteboard for California and do some more videos there. So stay tuned to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Hit subscribe, hit like, and comment down below. Thank you guys. We'll talk to you again soon.